cars are tight, but they are moving forward. Stephen Wallace started 16th, running 9th right now. The car has been good, communication is good, and he's going forward.
And on the left side of your screen, so is Justin Allgaier as he's trying to take away 4th place on the high side around Mike Bliss, and I think he's got him, yes.
And that's a powerful move right there, just right around the outside.
So move Allgaier to 4th, Bliss to 5th. It is Sorensen, Coleman, and Logano, your top 3.
Tell you, we talk a lot about Justin Allgaier and this Penske team, but man, it has been night and day difference from last year to this year about how much better they're performing. The cars, good pit stops, a lot of horsepower. New year for them, that's for sure, Marty.
Give you a perfect example. Between the two Penske's cars, they have completed every lap of every race, but just one. And right now, you see where Allgaier is in 4th and his teammate Keselowski in 13th and moving forward. But it's Reed Sorensen in front after 38 laps. Welcome back to the NASCAR Nationwide Series here at Kentucky. Make sure to go to NASCAR.com for all your latest NASCAR information. With 44 laps complete of 200, the 32 of Reed Sorensen, our race leader. He led 15 laps last week. His first laps led of 2010, and now his first time ever leading here at Kentucky. He is our 4th different leader. We've had a total of 3 lean changes. We now have a total of Chase Miller, Mark Green, Daniel Quinn, Carter, and Setzer out of this race. Moving a little bit further back in the field, we pick up Paul Menard and Mr. Presley. Coleman doing a nice job right now. He's got a lot of pressure on the double-duty driver in the 98.
Yeah, definitely want to give a shout out to Coleman Presley, Andy. He's looking awful strong right now to me.
Yeah, he took 2 tires that last pit stop. The 98 car took 4, so he looks pretty good right now because he's able to keep pace and actually put pressure on Paul.
Coleman can outdo Dad. Back in 2004, Robert started here just the one time, 21st in his only start at Kentucky. He finished 16th that night. Let's get an update on the 98 of Paul Menard. Dave, what are you hearing?
Well, Marty, in countdown, Alan referred to the fact that he had some issues in qualifying. The car actually wouldn't fire, and they didn't take their assigned spot in qualifying. They had to come back down pit road for a quick check. When he went out, he switched ignition boxes, and that seemed to help. Let's go to the Craftsman Tech Garage and Tim Brewer. Tim, what's the procedure for a driver to switch ignition boxes on the fly?
Thanks, Dave. That's a pretty good question. The driver has a switch right here on the dash. You see primary ignition system. When he flips it to the backup system, he actually changes the coil, the ignition box. But what we have in addition to that, we've got 2 pickups in the distributor right here. The distributor sits in the front of the engine. But when you change the pickup point from A to B, you also change how the engine is fired. So you're changing the entire system in the car.
Tell you what, that's pretty doggone slick when you can do that. Change that much, the coils, ignition boxes, the distributor. Pretty well isolates all the problems.
It's almost like an airplane has two ignition systems. The only thing that a race car doesn't have is 2 sets of plugs per cylinder. Only 1 set of spark plugs, but 2 completely separate ignition systems.
Well, if you want 2 spark plugs, we could do that in drag racing. Top Fuel and the Plenty Cars, they'll do it over there. All right, let's take a look there. You see Coleman Presley, where he started 9th, currently running 11th. Vince, what's the latest?
Well, he's lost a couple of spots, but that's not necessarily a negative situation. They're pretty happy with the race car. Said it was a little free in the center during that first run. But more than anything, they just want Coleman Presley to get the experience. You see the car coming in on the inside of him now. But in that 88, this team, this junior motorsports team, was so impressed with the way Coleman Presley ran at Darlington. As you see Brad Keselowski pull up alongside of him now. But with very little experience, Coleman Presley did a great job at Darlington, brought the car in. Pops Yuri said didn't even have a mark on the right side of the car. And you can do that at Darlington, you're a pretty good race car driver. We wanted that guy in our car. Not sure how many more races Coleman Presley's going to get in the 88, but he sure has been impressive in the 2 opportunities he's had.
Well, the guy that used to drive the 88 just went around him for 11th. Let's move farther forward. And we can see Josh Wise under attack from Stephen Wallace. This is for 7th. Now, Stephen finished 8th last week, so it looks like some of those changes you and the team made are paying some dividends.
Well, Brad Doherty was talking earlier in our countdown show about testing. We just started doing some testing, and it's helped both of these cars. I mean, there's a limited testing available now. I don't necessarily agree with it. I think these guys got need a little more freedom. But, man, whenever you get on the racetrack and try some things and you're not in competition, it's just a better deal. And so far, it's working for us.
Let's also be honest. I mean, you made some personnel changes as well.
Yeah, I've made some personnel changes a little bit, and one thing I've had fun with, I got to drive the car. That was pretty cool.
Well, Josh Wise, you see him there going underneath Robert Richardson Jr. in the 23, and Stephen pulling away from Josh right now, and Wallace safely ensconced in 7th place. Now we're getting a little more interesting towards the front because Joey Logano is reeling in his teammate Brad Coleman. Remember, Coleman did not take tires on that competition yellow.
Yeah, they had 20 laps on these tires from the start when they had that competition yellow. So, yeah, the tire wear is good here. It's pretty even left to right. And, yeah, the speed holds up well. But I think over a long run, somebody that has 4 tires can definitely overhaul you, at the end of the run.
And this is a complete different tire than these guys raced here last year. And all the drivers seem to like the tire. It's the same 4 tires that they raced at Dover, Delaware. Pretty good combination of tire. But Joey Logano did tell us when he got here, he said, hey, this car is driving different. We had to change some things to adapt to this new tire.
Look on the right side of your screen, there's the 22 car Keselowski. I'm watching his lap times, and they are some of the fastest that I've seen. I think he's going to be one to deal with. You see the pass there for second.
Yeah, I still think you're going to have to deal with the 20 before you go to any place else because he just went around to take over 2nd position from Brad Coleman. He is 2.9 seconds behind the race leader. Meanwhile, Keselowski looks like he is going to be moving into the top 10, and yes, he has.
Yeah, he's got a good car, too. And now, talking about Keselowski, he came over yesterday. We talked earlier in the show about this also, and tested his car, made the effort to come from Michigan all the way down here to Kentucky. Not a big, long way, but getting this car to get it to his liking, and I think that's very important.
Definitely shows the commitment level.
So he is moving quickly and looking at Michael Annett as his next potential pass. There is the race leader all the way over there, the 32 of Reed Sorensen. He's got a 2.7 second lead after 55 laps. Does Reed pick up the win in that 32 tonight? Stay with us to find out. You see what's happened to Willie Allen. We are under our 3rd caution, just happened moments ago here at Kentucky Speedway as we have completed 74 of 200 laps, and Willie trying to get back to pit road, but it's not going to matter whether he does or doesn't. That car is
Hold up. Cut it off. We don't want to tear the motor.
Finished 15th last week after being 2 laps down. Let's take a look and see what happened, guys.
Let's follow these guys down in the corner. Looks like Willie's getting ready to pass the 99 of Bain, but he just gets in a little deep, touches the left rear of Trevor's car and spins. And, man, I hate that. This is a guy needing a break. A good driver, qualified good for this race.
And having a good run on the lead lap. Here come the leaders.
Well, here come the race leaders to pit road, and we're going to start things off with Dr. Jerry Punch.
All right, guys, we're going to have Toyota, Dodge, Toyota. It'll be 32, 22, 18. Sorensen, top of your screen. They plan a 4-tire change. No other adjustments. He said the car is just that good. They'll top it off with Sunoco fuel. Vince.
The 22, Brad Keselowski, says it has a little bit too much bounce on the short run, sliding the front. They're going to make an air pressure adjustment. It's going to be a 4-tire change for the 22. Jamie Little.
And Brad Coleman has been anxiously awaiting the arrival of 4 new tires, filling it up with Sunoco fuel, and no adjustments is the call, Dave.
Joe Logano running 2nd. They will make a track bar and wedge adjustment, air pressure as well. The car was tight and getting tighter, but you know what clean air can do for you? He wins the race off of pit road.
So Joey Logano gets off pit road first with the Brad Coleman close behind. And here comes everybody else out of pit road that were on the lead lap. A total of 21 cars at the time that this 3rd caution came out here at Kentucky Speedway. We'll set things for you and reset the field. Right now, though, it looks like Joey Logano has retaken the race lead here at Kentucky. There he is out front. Under our 3rd caution here at Kentucky Speedway, after Willie Allen tagged the wall between turn 3 and 4, our Aaron's lucky dog is going to go to the 04 of Jeremy Clements. That'll give us 22 cars on the lead lap. Down 1 lap, surprisingly, is Scott Riggs. Remember, he got penalized last time. Well, we had a penalty for the 99 that we're hearing about. And in fact, we had all kinds of action during this last round of pit stops. Let's go over the wall with Hollywood Armstrong.